Hello, everybody, and welcome to EBV NetCon Business Plan Competition Lab Office Hours number 10. And this is our last office hours, which is presentation tips. And before we get started with any questions, I'm just going to run very quickly through about the format of the presentations for your business plan. If you're looking to present in front of an investor or in front of a banker, or if you get chosen to be one of the semi-finalists, you can always use these tips and to better present your business plan. So when we talk about business plan presentation, it is you were going to present about business plan, but don't put the whole business plan in your PowerPoint slides. So what you want to do is the most biggest tip that I can give you is be yourself. I mean, you have to be confident. You gotta understand that you have done everything, that you have nothing to worry about. All the research you have done it. You already been doing this business, so just be yourself. Talk about it. Don't be afraid. Get that confidence in you because you know what you're talking about. So the format of the business plan is meet the judges. I would recommend as soon as you start off, you come into the room, shake hands with the judges, introduce yourself, hand out business cards. That's always a good start. And the format of the business plan goes like this. So first thing is we start off with how do we relate our products or services to somebody who's in a room, right? Who are our audience. So how you start off is just like an executive summary, just a business plan. We start with a problem or a need. So when you, for example, let's say I have peanut allergies, and I created this pill that would, minimize this or eliminate these allergies. So how would I start off my business plan presentation is I would come into a room full of judges and I would say, okay, how do I relate this problem or this need to my audience? So I'll probably ask, hey, do you or your family members or anybody outside the family that you know is allergic to allergies? And I would say, yes, they probably find something, right? And then you're gonna ask me, so the struggle that we go through, blah blah blah. And then you say, boom, here's what I created, how to eliminate this or stop this problem. So the thing is, you try to relate at the beginning. You want to get attention of the judges of audience. As soon as you start your presenting, you want to make sure they relate to your business or your products or services. So that's why you start with problem or a need. So as soon as you come and make sure you relate that to them. They have to relate to the problem or need that you're talking about. Then your solution is, then you go into products and services. Here's what I created to stop these allergies. I created this pill and you take it once a day, blah blah. And you talk about your products and services. Then the next thing is you want to go into your market. How big is your market? Which industry are you in? How big is it? And you talk about the industry, right? And certain trends and all about it. Then you go, once you talk about your market, and you say, okay, now here's my target market. These individuals will be buying from me. This is how they buy. This is how they behave. This is when they buy, and you talk about your target market. So once you talk about your target market, then you go into your economic model of the business. You talk about how things will work. How much it's going to cost you. What are the profit margins, when you'll be breaking even, and certain things like that. So once you talk about your economic model, then you go into marketing sections. Like, here's how am I going to reach my target market? Like, what are some of the distribution channels you're going to be using to do, distributed messages? Is it online, like Facebook, email marketing, emails, newsletters, whatever else it is, or offline, like brochures, flyers, business cards, trade shows, events. And then you want to say, like, okay, how do you plan on them being successful? Why do you think these channels of distribution of marketing are going to be successful? So you talk about the marketing, then you go into your operations. Like, here's what I have in place so far. This is how I plan on operating my business, and on and on. Then once you talk about your operations, what do you have in place to make sure this can work, this is possible, then you talk about the management. Who is going to manage this? Who's responsible for what positions they're going to be holding, and little backgrounds about them, so you ensure the judges or audience that I have people in place that can control the situations. Then once you talk about your management team, you go into operations, financials. It's like, this is my cash flow projections. This is my, income statement. These are my break-even points. And you always want to finish your presentation with an ask. So you want to ask the audience for the, if in this case, in business plan competition, you want to ask them for the $25,000 judging, and you're going to tell them, this is what I plan on using it for, and this is how I'm going to use it. And it's also good to finish a presentation with the exit strategy if you do have it. It'll show the reader or audience or judges that you're thinking strategically. It's like, what is going to happen? Maybe in 5 years I'm going to sell the business, or maybe I'm going to run it and pass it down along to my family. I don't know. Like, if you have some exit strategy, it's always good. If not, then just finish with the ask. So that's a format of the business plan presentation. Some of the things that I would like for you to have presentation of itself is make it attractive. Use visual ads, like put pictures, put videos in it. Don't put too much of writing on the slides. That is a bad idea. Don't read off the slides. If you use bullet points, use few only bullet points with certain things. The bullet points are just there to guide you what you're going to be speaking about. Because you don't want to be turning around and reading off the things, because judges don't like that. You want to make sure you maintain eye contact with the judges and make sure you get their attention and make sure they're following you. So the presentation, has to flow just like a business plan, just like a story. And you need to have judges, following your every step, because you don't want to get them lost or looking down at their sheets, and then they can ask you questions that you'll already be maybe covered in the presentation. So another thing is, if your business plan changes before the business plan competition or before you hand out, do not bring the new business plan with you to give to the judges. That's a bad idea. What you can do, if your financials have changed, do bring the financials with you. But then, when you hand out to the judges financials, just tell them to hold off on looking at it until you finish the presentation, because you don't want them having eyes off of you while you're presenting, because that becomes an issue when they give you questions. So when they give you questions, you want them to give you the difficult questions so you can start answering them, and that will give you more chance of winning. Because when you start answering, if they ask you the question that you already covered in your presentation, that means like they're not paying attention or you didn't do a good job of presenting. So those are some things I want you to pay attention for. And also, as I talked about it, dress for success. Make sure you're a business professional. I would recommend, unless you're looking to brand your business and you have a maybe polo shirt with your logo on that you want to say, okay, this is how my employee's going to look, and represent that. That's always good. But I will always recommend business professional. Those are some of the tips that I have about business plan presentation. I would also recommend that I want to let you know that if you do get selected to be semi-finalist in the business plan competition, you're going to need your presentations emailed to us by January 28th of 2016. And if you do put any videos, please look at the requirements and rules for the competition. Any videos, any pictures, any websites that you're looking to show in your presentation, make sure you ban that in your presentations. Make sure you ban the videos in the presentations, because we might not have internet in the rooms. They say look at the rules and guidelines that say there's no internet. So make sure if you're looking to present any videos, ban them in your presentation so that they can be played. Also bring always backup on a flash drive your presentation as well. Presentation is 15 minutes of presentations plus 10 minutes of Q&A. Okay, guys, I think I covered a lot of things, so I'm gonna open up the floor for any questions you might have about this or anything else.
Elvis, so I just want to second your request of, if you have any videos, make sure that you have them separately, not on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's big. Anything you need to access the internet, most likely will not be accessible. So try, and if you need help with anything, just let Elvis know, and he can get you in touch with myself, and we can we'll work on it before we get on site.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim. Yeah. So if you're looking to show your website, maybe you do a screenshot of your website and you embed in your presentations, so that you don't have to get a link and go to your site because it might not be available. Okay, guys. So anybody have any questions regards to this or anything else that we've been so far? Because this is our last session, and I'm gonna miss you all and see you in EBV NetCon, right? Okay, so any questions? Nobody has any questions? How are you guys doing with the business plans? You know, the deadlines is Monday, no later than 11:59 p.m. And I also want to answer Lauren's question earlier he had before we started our live presentation. He mentioned something about submissions and what he said about the entrance certification form when you submit asks you to upload your executive summary and business plan, and he's like, is that it? No, I need that, and I need separately your executive summary and business plan submission to the email as well. Nice. Yeah, so make sure you guys submit everything in, and if you do submit your entrance certification form, just remember you got to submit executive summary and business plan separately. So make sure you do that, and that's just something that you need. And make sure you submit your business plans. I mean, so far all the business plans that I reviewed, they look very nice. I mean, outstanding writing. I always give comments, of course, because I do want you to even do better, but like they're really good. And the chances are very big with this business plan competition. We have around 50 intent competes, and you get to, out of the 50, there's 10 semifinalists that are going to be chosen. So you have, starting out with nothing, you have 20% chance of, being picked. So if you do a little effort, your chances are even higher. So like, take advantage of this. I mean, it's not little, it's $100,000 on the line. There's 7 winners, so high stakes. Very great probability of, getting there. So how has it been so far, guys? Any questions on the business plan? Any questions on presentations? Or anything else?
Hey Elvis, this is Fritz. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Fritz. How are you?
Good, good. I just wanted to say that going into this, when they first look at the announcement, this is all very intimidating, and with the presentations and doing these live interfaces, I just want to thank you and the program for setting this up, because it's I had a conversation the other day that regardless of the competition, the win is we've got a heck of a good business plan when you're done, even if you're not competitive in the finals. This has been a real positive experience. I just wanted to thank you for that, and I know a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah, thank you, Fritz. And you mentioned that as well. So what do you want to look into? This is opportunity just for you to, like Lawrence mentioned earlier, he's like, I learned so much, I got some customers while doing this business plan. Yeah, so it's a good opportunity, and you can always improve on your business plan. If not this year, there's always next year that we're going to probably have these business plan competitions, and you're welcome to, participate or, compete again. The thing is, also, if you do get into semi-finalist and you don't win, please, I would recommend if you can catch one of the judges and just ask him for if you would be willing to share his feedback, or how can he give you some input on to make things better. That's always good. We don't recommend it, but I would recommend it secretly for you guys. But the thing is, what you want to say is like, thank you so much for your feedback. I appreciate it. Is there anything else that I can do better to improve on my business plan, on and on. So I have a question here from Diaz. He says, what is your advice about controlling your nervousness? So when you looking to make a good presentation of your business plan, make sure you practice, guys. Practice makes it perfect. And if you're not sure about your nervousness, maybe if you have a family members in your house, do present in front of them and see how you feel. Present in front of a mirror just to see, to release that stress. My secret when I do public speaking is before I go in front of the room, I would take like maybe 10 to 30 seconds. I would stare at everybody in the room, just like circle around, like, okay, I get familiar with the faces so that I don't look frightened when I start speaking, and I started like looking at the people. That works for me, but with everyone else, I would recommend, practice with your family, practice with your friends, like look at the mirror and practice with the mirror, like saying things. But like I say, be yourself. You know all this. You know your business plan. You didn't done all the research. You know it's going to work. Well, you have done so much about it. You're already doing it, maybe. So don't be afraid of speaking because you know this business. This is you, and that's the best, most thing. It's like if you be yourself, you know you're gonna be confident about it. Because and please avoid reading off your slides because you should be able to talk about it because that's what judges are looking for. If I'm talking about target market, here's my target market, da da da. These individuals, they can look like this. This how they buy, this how they act, this how they behave, and on and on. Okay, so Fritz has a question. If we don't make the finalists, can we plan on being able to sit down with you or others after the competition to review the strengths and weaknesses so we can improve it? After the finals, definitely I'll be available. If you want to email me or give me your presentation over webinar, I'll be happy to give you some feedback in your strengths and weaknesses. If you do make it a semi-finalist, I'll be in a room collecting scores from the judges, so definitely ask me and I'll later forward you my input on your strengths and weaknesses, definitely. No problem. Okay, anybody else have any other questions regards to business plan presentations, or anything else that we have done so far? Any questions on YouTube? Oh yeah, and to Diaz's question on controlling the nervousness, speak calmly, so don't speak very fast. So like make sure you like take a deep breath. If you catch yourself, like being talking too fast, and like Musa kind of right, and then start talking over again. So, like I say, when you be yourself, you know the answers, so don't worry about it. Be natural, calm. Make sure that judges can understand you. So don't talk too fast. Okay. Well, thank you for the question. The question is very important. Like I say, everybody handles their own nervousness differently. But like I say, if you're being yourself, or if you take some, my thing is like I take like 2, 3, 4, a couple seconds, and I stay in a room and I look at everybody. I make sure I get that comfortable feeling. It's better than having your head down, and then when you start speaking, you pick your head up and everybody's staring at you, and it's like, what do I do now? So, but like I say, if you practice in a mirror, if you practice with family, friends, it's also good for Q&A. They'll ask you questions, and they'll put you on a spot, so make sure you're comfortable answering those questions. So don't, and in regards to questions, when the judges are asking you questions, don't be honest. Do not put yourself in situations where you try to make things up, and you're just gonna dig a deeper hole for yourself and kind of graveyard, because I've been in a judging before, so my experience is if the presenter, if I'm asking him something and he's trying to, give me a false answer, or he's trying to make it up on a spot, guess what? I'm gonna keep asking him around that question, and he's gonna just dig himself deeper and deeper in the hole. So my advice to that is just be honest. Just say, good question. I don't know right now, but I will take a look into you. If you leave me your contact afterwards, I'll get back to you later in time, and continue, because that way you don't have to get the same questions or similar question asked from other judges. If you be honest, say like, I don't know, I'll take a look into it, get back to you, let's move on, right? So I'm trying to think whatever else, in presentations is good to do. I don't know if I covered everything, but I think I did an okay job. So if you guys have any other questions, how I have to do certain things, please let me know. Like I say, don't put so much writing on the slides. That is a bad idea. Don't read off the slides. So make sure when you do your presentation, slides are nice, clean. They have visual aids, maybe they have pictures. That's always good. Charts, graphs, like videos embedded in them. few bullet points. Bullet points are just a guide what you have to talk about. If it's marketing, just say, like target market, like da 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 da, boom, and that's it. Don't write about like whole paragraph in a slide and try to read off it. That's a bad idea. Okay, Eva has a question. Should we start presentations before we know we made it to semifinals? I would recommend you have a presentation just in case. If you're looking to, to compete anywhere else, if you're looking to have investors, sit down and present for you, if you're looking to take it to a bank or for a loan or whoever you is good to have a presentation. And this is a good time to practice. Put it down, and if nothing happens, guess what? You'll have some starting point that you can improve on. So I definitely recommend have something, ready, because you never know when an opportunity can come across, because you want to be able to at least know how to talk about your business in case you meet somebody on the street and like they might be potential investor. So you might be able to talk about who's your target market, how big is your company, know those things about your business. So because you already done the business plan, so you should know about it. So don't ever get yourself off guard and somebody asks you something about your business and you don't know. They're gonna have doubts about you and like, can she even do this business if she doesn't know? So that's why we don't encourage, paying somebody else to write your business plan or have somebody else do it for you, because you gotta know your business. Okay, Lawrence has a question. How many judges in the room for the presentations? I think we're gonna have 3 judges. The 5 will be max, but 3 is so far that we're going for. So we're gonna have 3 judges for the presentations on a Saturday, the whole day, and then Sunday morning is gonna be just pitch, 90-second pitch for the 4 finalists for first, second, third, and fourth place. Yeah. So we have 7 prizes, just to let you know. So $100,000 split between 7 winners. So it's a good chances. Like I say, there's around 50 business plan intent to compete forms, and 10 of you gonna, go towards the semifinalists. So that's 20% chance of making without doing anything, just submitting whatever you have, putting a little bit of effort in it, raise your chances up. Okay. Anyone has any other questions before I let you know? Monday's the last day, so make sure you submit those business plans no later than 11:59 p.m. So I'm expecting some of them probably over the weekend. Take a last peeks at them and do whatever you do and submit them. Okay, no questions then. Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead. Stephanie.
Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear
Yes.
you. Perfect.
The question for the when we submit our presentations, if we get that far, do we submit the full pitch and everything, or are we just submitting the pitch slides? Like.
Yeah. So if
How
you
is
do get picked to be semi-finalist, we would want your presentations submitted by January 28, 2016, and just presentations, PowerPoint presentations, no business plan, because judges will already have your business plans. If you happen to have any changes in your business plan or you change your business plan, please do not bring it with you to the judges, because that will just hurt your presentation. What do you want to do if you had changes in your financials? Do bring financials, but when you give them to the judges, just tell them to hold off on looking at it until you finish your presentations. Because like I said, you don't want them looking anywhere else but you when you present. So you want to grab their attention, and you want the attention to stay on you while you present. So that's why I say, as soon as you come in the room, you meet the judges, shake hands, introduce yourself, give them business cards, and then you start your presentation with trying to relate your problem or need to the judges immediately. So for example, I mentioned earlier, if I have a business that I created some kind of pill to eliminate, peanut allergy, I would say, I would start off my presentation like saying, have you or your family member or anybody that you know have been allergic to peanuts, right? Or is allergic to peanuts? If it is, you already know what struggle you go through, blah, blah, blah. And then you start talking about your product service and say, okay, well, guess what? My business or my company, we created this amazing pill that eliminates this. This is what it do. Blah 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 blah. And I talk about my product services. So thing is, at the beginning, you always want to relate to the judges. Make sure they get attention and get it sucked into your presentation. So that's how you want to start off it.
Okay.
So make sure like
But
you relate your services immediately to them, so they can relate to your business. Okay.
What I wanted to know is though, when we submit the presentation itself, should we be like speaking on it like prior to us being selected as a finalist or the semi-finalist present to the judges? When we are submitting it on January 28th, should we be speaking on the slides like when we submit the PowerPoint presentation, or are we just submitting the PowerPoint presentation itself? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, no. You will be just submitting a PowerPoint presentation itself if you get one of the semi-finalists. And like I say, business. So make sure you guys submit business plan, intent to compete form by Monday, business entrance certification form, plus business plan, executive summary, and business plan in the PDF file. So make sure like us. We had confusions. A lot of people submitted an entrance certification form where they have to attach executive summary and business plan, and they thought they don't have to resubmit business plan and executive summary again. So just make sure you double submit it. So not double submit an entrance certification form, no, but just email me your executive summary and business plan separately as well. Okay, so we have Eva has a question. We are mailing them to you or submitting on the web page. I can't remember. It's online, so please email me in a PDF files your executive summary, no more than 2 pages, and a business plan PDF file, no more than 23 plus 10 pages, so 33 pages with the appendixes. So 23 pages business plan plus 10 pages of appendixes.
Hey Elvis, quick question on that.
Yes.
Just to confirm again, my executive summary is 1 page, so that means I can have an extra page in my business plan, right?
Yes.
I can have 24 pages in my business plan and 1. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So like executive summary plus business plan, it needs to add up to 25 pages, plus 10 pages of appendixes, which total of pages 35. Table of content you can have, but you can dismiss it. It's up to you, but it's good to put in a business plan. But like eliminate from executive summary, maybe. Like really, it's up to you. I mean, that should go in a business plan, but you know, yeah, have it in a business plan. I would recommend have it. So it's much easier for judges to organize themselves and find out where they need to go for certain sections. Yeah, have it. Yes, and table of content is part of a business plan, and those 25 pages, including a cover page as well. Just to let you know. Okay, anyone else any other questions regards to business plans? Like I say, if you do, please email me at eabdic@syr.edu, and I'll answer the questions the best way possible, because I do want you to submit everything before Monday, because it's a big opportunity. You don't want to miss out on this. Okay, so we have Fritz's question. So the cover page and table of content do not count against the total pages. I'll take a look into that, even though they should go with the business plan. But if something comes along, we can, you know, I'll talk to my boss and see if we can void that thing out. But usually they want you to put it within a business plan. So I have a question from Days. If I only have 18 pages, will this be a problem? No, not at all. So how many pages you have, please submit, because that's not a problem. We just don't want you to exceed 25 pages of business plan and executive summary. So that's the thing, because we don't want our judges looking at these business plans to spend way too much time on reading something, because we value their time. So that's the reason.
Hey Elvis, this is Fritz.
Yes. Hey, Fritz.
Yeah, looking at it as I was going through that cover page table of contents, that does make a big difference, because I was about halfway through this when I noticed that this thing's formatted double space. So that really kind of threw me for a loop, because I was already at the point where when I double spaced it, I was getting close to the page count. So if you could let us know whether or not, because I just won't include a cover page and a table of contents if I, but need to know that.
Yeah, I would recommend for now just include it and write out, continue writing. If I say, you're allowed to void it, we'll just void it. If you need to delete it, we'll just delete it. You know what I mean? So go for it, and I will let you know. I'll talk to my boss and I'll see what they say.
Great, thank you.
No problem. So as I said, table of content for me is 2 pages. So what you can do is you can always minimize it to 1 page and put it maybe single spaced. It doesn't have to be double spaced. So when you talk about table of content, it's just like a cover page. Doesn't have no format for it. So you can always like make it to fit on 1 page. So it doesn't have to be like blast all around. So just format it so that way you can fit it. Yeah, so table of content, cover page, those are just pages that you can manipulate and move around to make sure they fit. They're not going to be counted towards, 12 points font or whatever it is. I mean, like I say, it's perfectly fine, the table of contents, so don't worry about it too much, as long as that's just the direction for the reader to know where each section is, so they can easily organize themselves. Okay, guys, any other questions? Some good questions you guys have, so that's really good. Okay, guys, yeah, I wish you all the best of luck. I mean, so far, the business plans that I received and reviewed, you guys are doing a great job, so I have no doubts. So I think you're all going to be doing very well. Like I said, there's 50 of you intend to compete. I don't know how many business plans I'm going to be receiving, but it's a huge chances of you getting selected to be semifinalists. Like if you just submitted anything, whatever it is, you have immediately 20% of chance of getting to semifinalists. So like if you put any more effort, guess what? Your percentages are higher. So it's, like I said, a lot of chances here. So there's 10 semifinalists. They're going to be competing in Charlotte in February 5th to 6th or 7th. And out of those 10 semifinalists, 7 of them are going to walk away with some winnings, no less than $10,000. So huge chances. If you get semifinalists, guess what? Your chances are 70% of winning. 70% of winning if you get to semifinalists. So it's even a huge percentage. So yeah, definitely exciting. I'll be there in a room watching all your presentations, so I'll be very excited to see how you guys do. Like I say, I'm so proud of everybody. You guys are doing an amazing job, and just continue. Don't be afraid. Submit whatever you got, because I know your business concept is good, and whatever you've done is done. No props. Yes, they're not allowed to bring your services or products in front of judges, because they just have that as a rule, and I don't know why. Honestly, I'm against it, but rules are rules. So Eva has a good question. She said no props for the presentations, and I say that's correct, because in the rules and guidelines they say don't bring any products or services or anything else that you can give to the judges. So what you can do is you can create a video or take a lot of pictures, maybe make a 3D model and put in a video and put in your presentation so that way you can show it to the judges. So that's why I say like use visual ads in your presentations, a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. I mean, pictures of the buildings if you already purchased there, or your workshop, maybe like take some pictures or maybe make a video or whatever else it is. Use that and embed it into your presentation. Yeah, sorry, Lawrence. I know. Honestly, I thought this was it would be nice, but like those are the rules. Sorry. Yes, Ava, go ahead. Marketing brochures. Fritz has a question. Can we bring marketing brochures? I would say go for it at the beginning when you introduce yourself to the business cards. Give them brochures as well of your product and services. That will be helpful. Or attach, like I just say, like, this is also in my business plan, or attach it in your appendix of the business plan, your brochure as well. So that's also good to do. Yeah, if you have an appendix anyways, also you can always bring them, with you to show them how it looks, like actual quality of the paper and, like the color and all this other things. Okay, so Eva has a question. For restaurant layout, can it be drawn and scanned into the plan? I don't have a computer program for it. So yes, what you can do, you can draw it out or take a pictures and then scan it. Or what you can do is, I mean, if you have a college, university close to you, you can always go to the library and see. They will be able to help you, sketch it out. Or have some, architecture students sketch it out for you beforehand time, and then bring it to your presentation if you get selected, and put it in your presentation, like embed a video or embed some pictures like this, how the building is going to look like, this is the first floor, this is the layout of the floors, here's the kitchen, whatever else it is. That's what I say, like for presentations, if you do get selected, but like for business plan, just submit it whatever you have, but if you do get selected to be semi-finalists, you can always do that. So that will give you some time. Okay, Lawrence, check your local library. They may have the programs. Ours has some amazing 5,000 plus software available to use. Yeah, so check your local libraries. They might have some things that you can utilize definitely. Okay, guys. Well, this has been lots of fun, and thank you so much for participating in these office hours. I enjoyed it a lot, and I wish you all the best of luck. Honestly, I do. And I can't wait to see you all at EBV NATCON. Yeah. Thank you, guys, and make sure you do submit your business plans. Like I say, it's a huge opportunity, and there's great probability for you getting to semifinalists. So don't worry about that. It's huge. There's only 15 to compete, so go for it. I mean, whatever you've done, I would definitely recommend go ahead, submit it by Monday, no later than 11:59 p.m. I'll be expecting those business plans pretty soon. I'm very excited. Yeah. It's not scary. It's more of a excitement. I mean, all this hard work, and like I say, either you make it or don't make it. Don't feel bad. This is a great experience that you had, and like I say, we'll probably have some more competitions in the future. So don't worry. Just take feedback if you can from other ones. Like, okay, you give it to somebody else to review it and say like, what happened? What do you think went wrong? Because keep updating your business plan as you go. So like you have done a lot for this, and you should be proud of it. Be proud of like how far you got. And if you don't get selected, then okay, I've got to do a little more work on certain things. So always submit your business plan, give it to somebody else to review it, to give you some feedback, and keep upgrading it, because there's always more competitions coming in the future. Yeah, it'll feel good when you guys submit. Trust me on that. Lauren says today, hopefully, then celebrate tonight. Yeah. It'll definitely feel good when you submit it. I know when I was in school, we had this business plan competition throughout the whole like seniors kind of last class. It was a whole semester long. We worked on a business plan, and it was a lot of work. But like after the presentation was done and we won our little room, and I was like, I felt it was amazing feeling once you finish. Yeah. Okay, guys, if there's no more question on YouTube, I want to wish you all the best of luck, and please email me with any questions you have. You have my email, or give me a call if you want to talk about certain things, but I do encourage you all to submit, no matter if it's perfect or not perfect, or complete, incomplete. Submit, like I said, there's some chances out there, and take advantage of the opportunity. Like I said, if you don't get selected this year, there's always next year.
Elvis had one more question from Hyacinth. Are the judges allowed to ask questions during the presentations?
The judges are allowed to ask whatever they want, but I would recommend all of you, if you do present, please let them know, like, okay, I would love for you if you can hold your questions to the end of the presentations, and when I'm finished, or whatever it is, like, you can ask them politely, not to interrupt you where you present. So the thing is, what you want to do is you want them to keep attention on you while you speak, so that way once you finish your presentations, you'll feel good about it. Like, okay, I've covered all things I should know. So if they pay attention, they should not ask me these questions. So that usually ask you things like they have not heard, or they curious about. So that's how you want to go. So make sure you understand that it's like you can ask them nicely. Like I would love for you if you can all hold your questions till the end of the presentation. I will be happy to answer them then, and continue with your presentation. So like that's always good to ask, so that way they don't interrupt you while you speak, because that might throw you off your rhythm. I don't know how everybody's comfortable with. In my case, I don't mind when I do speak. I always love questions, but the thing is, some people don't like that. And you can always ask them politely to keep the questions at the end. And we'll try to let them know they have 10 minutes for questions, so they don't interrupt you while you present. We'll do our end that part, and let them know, like, questions, you get 10 minutes at the end of the presentations. Like I said, they're judges. It's their kind of floor and as well when you're there. Okay, guys, any other questions that we can address? Exciting nervousness moments, right? Yeah, I know the feeling, trust me. I've been there. It's, yeah, you'll feel your head lift up a little bit once you submit. Finally, you'll say, it's over. You'll finally say it's over. Yeah. But like I said, don't give up on your business plan. It's a living, breathing document. Just keep updating, keep working on it as you go. I mean, it's your business. You want to make sure it works, make sure it's like the best way possible. Okay, so if you don't have anything else on YouTube, I want to wish you all best of luck. And like I said, email me with any questions. And I'm looking forward to those business plans, and keep entrepreneuring.